Deion was a coworker of ours. I don't know if he still is at Barstool Sports. But, he didn't really have much experience, or he didn't have any experience college coaching. He got the Jackson State job, and he proved himself there by getting players to come to Jackson, Mississippi. Like top 5 players in the country to come to Jackson, Mississippi, and he got that. Now he's at Colorado, and he's probably selling, he's Boulder, Colorado, and all that. Do you think he can win at the highest level in college football?
I do, for the simple fact that it's about Jimmys and Joes. It ain't X's and O's.
Yeah.
And you can turn football programs in college in the current landscape in a year. I mean, you've seen it. You've seen me do it. You've seen Deion do it at the FCS, HBCU level. I've done it everywhere I've been. You can recruit overnight in this day and age, and you can bring the best players in America overnight into your program and instantly change it. So you get the best players, and you take all this shitty culture out, and you put in your new culture, and you have a winning formula instantly overnight. They say, oh, you can't build Rome in a week or in a day. Bullshit. You can nowadays. You can in football nowadays with the NIL, with the current transfer portal era, all the rules that have been put in place. You can win overnight if it's the right guy. I think Deion is the guy to get the kid. I'm not going to tell you Deion's going to sit up here and out-coach everybody. He's not. He's just the guy to get players in there, and they'll believe in him. And I think he has their best interest at heart. That's what I truly believe. Now, I have buddies on that staff. There's all kind of shit we can dive into. I don't believe he's a hell of a coach. I believe he's a hell of a person for these kids to be the head coach. And that's kind of a big difference. But I don't believe there's a lot of great coaches in college football right now. I think there's a lot of bullshitters. There's a lot of liars selling dreams with a lot of booster money. And I think you have a very few select guys that actually can do all that, like Saban, like Kirby, like Bobo, like a couple of these guys can recruit, be honest, send kids to the NFL, and coach and teach and hold them accountable. There's only a couple coaches like that like I said, worth that money. I think Deion will do those things.
Don't you think what strength of a coach is knowing you're probably not a great coach? Like he's going to get the players, obviously, but he surrounds himself with phenomenal football coaches at the assistant level.
He hired a great offensive coordinator and a great offensive line coach, and he hired Coach Zimmer, who's one of the greatest defensive-minded guys in NFL, in football, as an analyst, as a helper. He knows what he's doing when he's building this infrastructure. So that's 1,000% correct what you just said. He understands what he's doing. He understands what he needs to do, and he'll step back, and he'll let these guys coach. He'll be the asshole when he has to be. He'll love on him when he has to, and he'll get the kid in there because of who he is. And I'm good friends with Eddie George, and Eddie's down there in a similar situation. Ed Reed just went through the same situation, and I kind of laugh at the Ed Reed situation when we saw him, because I'm like, well, fuck, you must have never coached JUCO. Yeah. I don't feel sorry for you fucking at all. And Deion at least said, you know what? This is what it is. I know what it is. He was coaching his son in Dallas. He saw that shit show. And then he's like, you know what? This is actually a step up for me. I'll get it done. I wish Ed Reed would have did it and went that route too, because we need those type of figureheads and with their platforms to do this. Eddie George, I told him, I said, you got a big name too, dog. You got to hit that social media like Deion is. That's the name of the game. You adapt or die now. And you know, as I know, these kids are on this shit all day long. Yeah. So that is how you get them now. Deion does 1 million videos a day. He's riding a bike like Debo and Friday on the field. He's doing 1 million things, and it's clickbait. It's clickbait, and the kids see it, and it's trending. And plus, he has a huge following. So, using Barstool, using all these different platforms, shit. Everyone's seeing his shit. Kids want to gravitate. They're like, oh, that's cool. Guess what? You'll get those kids. Saban's done it forever. He's continuing to do it. And he's doing it in a way where he's like, hey, I'm not going to pay you $8 million, by the way. And if you don't want to come, don't come. But if you want to go to the NFL and you want to get coached up and you want to learn how to really play corner and get drafted in the first round, you'll come here. And I think the parents that know this send their kids to Alabama. And I think Saban will continue to get the best players in America for that simple reason.